Thank you for coming to our presentation of
The Kids Who Heard the Good News.
Our story is an adaptation from the Book of Belonging by Mariko Clark. We hope you find a spark of joy from our telling of God's story.
Snores and snuffles filled the cool night air as a flock of sheep snuggled in the grass. In the distance, the city glowed and grumbled. Across the fields from the sheep, the shepherds scattered around their campfires. Shepherding was a job for young, and most of them were the babies of their families. Gathered there, they looked like their own kind of flock. Some tall, some lean, some short, some round. Each one of them strong within the legs and fast with the sling. "Phew, you stink," one shepherd said to a friend. "We're shepherds," he responded. "Stinking is the best part of our job." And they all giggled. Shepherding is dirty, smelly work, and most of the important people in Bethlehem wanted nothing to do with the kids. So there they were, outside of town, with the grass as their mattress and the stars as their blanket. Yawning and cozy, they settled in for the night. But then a sudden flash of light startled them all, like a star visiting Earth. Someone appeared next to the campfire, glowing brighter and warmer than its flames. The shepherds screamed and fell to the ground. As the flock looked on, this was unlike any person they had ever seen before.
But someone shimmered and shone, with a voice like a warm wind as it ruffled the grass around them.
"Do not be afraid. I have good news to share that will fill everybody's heart with delight. Tonight, in your little town, a baby has been born. He is the one you've been waiting for, the Messiah."
The shepherd girls and boys peeked up from their hiding places to peer at the messenger. "It must be an angel," whispered one. Scooch, nudge, shuffle. Slowly, they inched closer, drawn to the dazzling warmth. The angel smiled and continued to speak in that voice that filled the fields.
"This will be the sign for you. You will find the special baby all wrapped up and sleeping in a feeding trough." And the shepherds almost giggled at the thought, if this baby is so special, why would they put him in the place where animals would snort, drool, gobble their food?
But the almost giggles faded away into wonder as the sky above burst into riotous colors and harmony, like 1,000 suns rising. Gold, lavender, orange, pink, crimson. The angels crowded to the horizon. Hundreds, thousands, millions, gazillions, all singing in gleeful celebration.
Praise, praise, praise. Heaven meets the earth. May our celebration and delight rise above the stars. And may God's peace be with the people. Oh, what a celebration it was. It would have squeezed and stretched your heart if you were there. Like the most beautiful sight you've ever seen and the most wonderful song you've ever heard, all at the same time. The sheep, the angels, and the shepherds danced and cried and stared and sang. And when the final note faded away on the last ribbon of light, the shepherds all spoke at once.
Was that real?
Was it a dream? The Messiah is here? How did you tell us? Nobody ever tells us anything.
And they grinned with that dreadful mix of disbelief and pride.
And feeling important for once in their little lives, they chased each other, trumble bumble, back to the town to see for themselves what God has announced. Imagine them, a group of stinky kids running wild through the streets, peeking in windows and knocking on doors, being shooed and shouted at until, look, over here, wait for me, they found him."
His parents' eyes shimmered and danced as the kids clamored to tell their story. Mary and Joseph had marvelous angel stories of their own to share.
There were many hugs and happy tears, and then a deep, warm, holy silence as they all stared into the feeding trough.
Because there lay Jesus, the rescuer the angels sang about.
Did the shepherds know the whole story of who they were looking at? Do we ever know the whole story of who we are looking at? Maybe they knew, or maybe they didn't. Maybe, like us, they had peaks and nudges of God's Spirit and God's plan as they ran back into the streets, shouting the good news and singing everything in their happy hearts. But God knew. God has always known since the beginning that you belong with me and I belong with you. You're my beloved. In a garden, in a family, in a tabernacle, in a kingdom, and now in a person.
Heaven and earth bound up in a baby.
The hope of the whole world.
Amen.